Sometimes this life can get you down, even when you cannot see the sun behind the cloud. All you gotta do is take each day in stride.
Jacqueline Suzette Wright, aka Jaguar Wright, born May 7, 1977. Jaguar Wright, who was once hailed as one of the most promising voices in neo-soul, is a name that sparks intrigue and controversy in equal measure. Her vocal talent and raw emotional performances, showcased alongside acts like The Roots and during Jay-Z's iconic MTV Unplugged session, should have propelled her to superstardom. But unlike her contemporaries Erykah Badu, Jill Scott, and India.Arie, Wright's music career never reached the heights it seemed destined for. Instead, her journey through the music industry has been marked by industry challenges, personal battles, and in recent years, explosive revelations that has kept her name alive, but not always for the music. The early 2000s saw Jaguar Wright debut with Denials, Delusions, and Decisions in 2002, an album that was critically acclaimed but poorly promoted by MCA Records. The neo-soul movement, while artistically rich, struggled to maintain mainstream momentum as the industry shifted toward pop and hip-hop dominance. Wright's raw, deeply personal sound wasn't packaged for the radio-friendly hits labels were chasing, and her independent spirit clashed with the exploitive nature of the business. Over the years, she has been candid about these frustrations, accusing the industry of systematic abuse and manipulations, claims that may have cost her support from influential figures. Recently, Jaguar Wright's name has resurfaced, not for the music, but for her scathing critiques of the music world and shocking allegations against prominent figures. Wright has accused Jay-Z of allegedly sexually assaulting her at gunpoint, a claim she says exemplifies the predatory behavior she has long called out in the industry. She has also taken to the internet to speak about exploitation, misogyny, and corruption, naming names and exposing what she describes as the dark underbelly of fame. These revelations have sparked debates, with some applauding her bravery and others questioning her motives. These factors, from industry exploitation and insufficient label support to personal battles and public critiques, have all contributed to Jaguar Wright's career being stunted. While her talent was undeniable, the chaos surrounding her journey made it nearly impossible for her to reach her full potential as an artist. Her story remains a striking example of how systematic challenges and personal struggles can overshadow even the brightest of talents in an unforgiving industry. What happened? Let's talk about it. It's your boy JC, StuntedGrowthMusic. Let's get it. Take a minute to like, subscribe, and comment on who I should do next. Jaguar Wright, born and raised in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, is a powerhouse vocalist who first gained attention during the late 90s and early 2000s as part of the neo-soul movement. She grew up immersed in music and began honing her craft through local performances and collaborations in Philadelphia's vibrant music scene. Her big break came when she caught the attention of The Roots, a fellow Philly-based group who featured her on their critically acclaimed album Things Fall Apart in 1999. This collaboration led to further opportunities, including her unforgettable performances during Jay-Z's iconic MTV Unplugged session in 2001, where her dynamic stage presence and soulful delivery captured widespread attention. In 2002, she released her debut album Denials, Delusions, and Decisions, which was lauded by critics for its emotional depth and vocal power. Despite her talent, the album suffered from insufficient promotion by MCA Records, which hindered its commercial success. As the neo-soul genre began to lose mainstream traction, Wright struggled to maintain momentum in an industry that prioritized more radio-friendly sounds. Her career took a downward turn as she faced challenges with her label, industry exploitation, and personal struggles. These obstacles, combined with her outspoken critiques of the music business, contributed to her stunted growth as an artist. Stunt number 1, lack of industry support. One of the key reasons for Jaguar Wright's stunted growth career was the lack of adequate support from the music industry. Despite having undeniable talent, her debut album was poorly promoted by her label as she wasn't viewed as a mainstream artist. While the album received critical acclaim, it didn't reach a wider audience due to insufficient marketing and a lack of strategic vision. The neo-soul genre, while appreciated, was already starting to lose mainstream attention during this period, and Wright's deeply personal and raw style didn't align with the more commercial, radio-friendly trends of the early 2000s. This mismatch left her label uncertain about how to position her music, leading to missed opportunities and minimal exposure. Wright's artistry required a promotional strategy that could amplify her unique voice while connecting with audiences who may not have been familiar with neo-soul. Unfortunately, MCA Records failed to rise to the occasion. The label's inability to invest the necessary resources and craft a vision for Wright's success left her at a significant disadvantage. While her contemporaries like Jill Scott and Erykah Badu thrived under labels that championed their growth, Wright's lack of comparable support meant her album didn't achieve its potential. Stunt number 2, conflicts and outspokenness.
I want to talk.
Another significant factor that stunted Jaguar Wright's growth was her outspoken nature and the conflicts that arose from it. From the beginning, Wright's candid personality set her apart, but it also put her at odds with an industry that often values compliance over authenticity. Wright's willingness to call out systematic exploitation and predatory behavior within the music business earned her a reputation as a troublemaker, even as her critiques highlighted real issues. In recent years, her allegations against major industry figures, including claims against Jay-Z, have reignited public interest in her story, but also cast a long shadow over her career. While some see her as a courageous whistleblower exposing the darker side of the industry, others view her statements as controversial and difficult to substantiate. Being both admired and dismissed has made it challenging for Wright to gain new opportunities or repair relationships with influential figures. Her outspokenness extended beyond individual accusations to broader critiques of the industry, which likely has always alienated her from collaborators and labels. Her refusal to conform or remain silent, though rooted in truth, created barriers to collaboration and further isolated her in the competitive music scene. Adding to those challenges is her estranged relationship with her son Sam Odom, which has been a source of public contention. Wright has spoken about her struggles in balancing personal and professional life, and her fractured relationship with her son has further complicated her public image. Critics have used this as evidence against her credibility, intensifying the obstacles she faces in rebuilding her career. Stunt number 3, personal struggles and a shifting industry. The final reason for Jaguar Wright's stunted career lies in the intersection of her personal struggles and the unforgiving nature of the music industry. Like many artists, Wright faced significant challenges in balancing her emotional well-being with the demands of a high-pressured environment. She's spoken candidly about her mental health battles and the toll that industry exploitation took on her over the years. For an artist whose music was rooted in vulnerability and authenticity, these personal struggles were both a source of inspiration and a potential obstacle. At the same time, the neo-soul movement, which had offered Wright her initial platform, was declining in commercial viability. As mainstream music shifted toward hip-hop and pop, artists like Wright, who thrived on raw, emotional storytelling, found it increasingly difficult to gain traction. The industry's focus on marketability over artistry left little room for someone whose style defied easy categorization. Her refusal to compromise her sound or image further compounded her difficulties in adapting to these shifting dynamics. Additionally, the music business's relentless focus on productivity and profitability often left little support for artists dealing with personal challenges. For Wright, this lack of a safety net made it harder to recover from setbacks or regain her footing. The combination of mental health struggles, dwindling industry support, and a genre in decline created a perfect storm that derailed her career just as it was beginning to take off. All in all, Jaguar Wright's career reflects immense talent overshadowed by systematic challenges, personal struggles, and the unrelenting demands of the music industry. Her lack of label support, conflict stemming from her outspokenness, and the harsh realities of navigating a declining genre all contributed to her stunted growth as an artist. Her story offering valuable lessons on the price of authenticity and the resilience needed to endure an unforgiving business. Jaguar Wright's journey is a testament to her unyielding spirit and a reminder of the many voices that could have flourished under better circumstances. However, some have labeled Wright as mentally ill, a characterization that, whether true or not, has hurt her credibility when speaking out against the industry and its prominent figures. These claims often overshadow her legitimate critiques, making it even harder to regain the respect and recognition she deserves. Her story remains a powerful lens through which to examine the struggles of artists navigating a system that often prioritizes profit over people. Salute, much respect, but for these reasons, her growth was stunted. It's your boy JC StuntedGrowthMusic, and I'm out.